Imagine waking up at 45, feeling stiff, tired, and noticing your strength slipping away. You look in the mirror and see softer arms, a weaker posture, and you wonder, is this just getting older? What if I told you that the secret to staying energetic, independent, and disease-free into your 70s, 80s, and beyond isn't in some expensive anti-aging pill or extreme diet, but in something you already have, your muscles. In America today, millions of people over 40 are silently losing muscle, a process called sarcopenia, that accelerates aging, raises disease risk, and steals your quality of life. But new science shows muscle isn't just for bodybuilders or athletes. It's your body's most powerful organ for longevity. Today, I'm breaking down exactly why muscle is the organ of longevity and the proven, science-backed way to build and keep it strong after 40, even if you've never lifted weights before. Stick with me, because this could add healthy, active years to your life. Section 1. What makes muscle the organ of longevity? Let's start with the big picture. For decades, we thought of muscle as just something that helps you lift groceries or look good at the beach. But groundbreaking research has changed that view completely. Skeletal muscle is now recognized as an endocrine organ, meaning it releases powerful signaling molecules called myokines that communicate with your entire body. One of the most important discoveries comes from studies showing that higher muscle mass and strength are among the strongest predictors of how long and how well you'll live. The PEER study, which followed nearly 140,000 adults across 17 countries, found that grip strength, a simple marker of overall muscle power, was a better predictor of cardiovascular death than blood pressure. People with stronger muscles had dramatically lower risks of heart disease, diabetes, cancer, and even dementia. Why does this happen? Muscle tissue acts like a metabolic furnace. It improves insulin sensitivity, helps regulate blood sugar, and reduces chronic inflammation, three key drivers of aging. When you lose muscle, your resting metabolism drops, making it easier to gain fat and harder to stay lean. Your immune system weakens because muscle helps produce compounds that fight infection and repair damage. Even your brain benefits. Myokines like irisin cross the blood-brain barrier and support cognitive function, protecting against Alzheimer's and age-related decline. Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, a leading muscle researcher and author of Forever Strong, calls muscle the organ of longevity. She points out that after age 40, we can lose up to 8% of muscle mass per decade if we do nothing. That loss isn't just cosmetic, it directly accelerates frailty, falls, and dependency. The good news: this process is highly preventable and even reversible with the right approach. New 20,252,026 research reinforces this. A major review in the Strength and Conditioning Journal and updates from the American College of Sports Medicine (ACSM) emphasize that preserving muscle mass through resistance training is one of the most effective interventions for extending health span. The number of years you live in good health, not just alive. Section 2. The science of sarcopenia and why it hits Americans hard after 40. Here's the painful truth for many in their 40s and beyond: modern life works against your muscles. Desk jobs, less physical labor, and busy family schedules mean you move less. Combine that with inadequate protein intake and inconsistent strength training, and sarcopenia kicks in faster than most people realize. Studies show that by age 50, many adults have already lost significant muscle if they haven't been training. This leads to a vicious cycle. Weaker muscles gives lower activity, gives more fat gain, gives inflammation, gives even faster muscle loss. In the US, where obesity rates are high and strength training participation is still relatively low among older adults, this is a hidden epidemic. But the science is incredibly hopeful. Resistance training stimulates muscle protein synthesis, the process where your body repairs and builds new muscle fibers. When combined with proper nutrition, it can not only stop loss but actually increase muscle mass and strength well into your 60s, 70s, and 80s. One landmark study on older adults shows that progressive resistance training improves strength by 50,100% in just a few months, dramatically reducing fall risk and improving daily function. Power training, explosive movements like quick squats or medicine ball throws, is especially important after 40. It maintains fast, twitch muscle fibers that decline rapidly with age and are crucial for balance and preventing injuries. Research from longevity experts like those featured on Found Me Fitness highlights that maintaining muscle power may be even more important than pure strength for living independently long-term. Section 3. How to build and maintain muscle after 40. The practical science-backed plan. So, how do you actually do this? Here's the no, yes, evidence-based framework that works for busy people over 40. First, progressive resistance training. The foundation. You don't need to live in the gym. The ACSM and leading researchers recommend 24 sessions per week targeting all major muscle groups. Focus on compound movements, squats, deadlift variations, bench presses, rows, overhead presses, and pulls. These give the biggest bang for your buck by recruiting multiple muscles and stimulating the most shocking release. Train with enough intensity, aim for sets that challenge you in the 615 rep. Your research shows that even lighter weights taking close to failure can build muscle effectively, which is great if joints are a concern. Include some power work, 23 sets of faster movements once or twice a week. A simple starter split, full body or upper, lower 3x per week. Warm up properly, focus on good form, and progressively add weight or reps over time. Recovery is key, sleep 79 hours and manage stress. Studies show consistent training even 2 days a week produces significant gains in older adults. Second, protein, the building block. Muscle needs amino acids. After 40, your body becomes slightly less efficient at using protein anabolic resistance, so you need slightly more. Aim for 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight daily, spread across 34 meals. For a 180 pounds 82 kilograms person, that's roughly 130,180 grams per day. Prioritize high-quality sources, eggs, dairy, meat, fish, whey, or plant blends with leucine. A 2026 review confirms that 3,040 grams of protein per meal maximizes muscle protein synthesis in older adults. Don't fear animal protein, it's highly effective, but a well-planned mix works too. Third, supportive habits that amplify results. Creatine, 35 grams daily. Decades of research show it increases strength, muscle mass, and even brain function safely. Vitamin D and omega-3 south, crucial for muscle function and reducing inflammation. Many over 40 are deficient. Sleep and recovery. Muscle grows during rest. Poor sleep tanks your gains. Daily movement. Walk 700 million 10,000 steps. It supports muscle health without interfering with lifting. Track progress. Take measurements, photos, and strength logs. Strength gains often come before visible size changes, which is motivating. Realistic expectations and safety. Results vary, but most dedicated people over 40 see noticeable improvements in energy, strength, and body composition within 812 weeks. Start conservatively if you're new. Consider working with a trainer initially. Consult your doctor before starting, especially with pre-existing conditions. The goal isn't to look like a bodybuilder at 50, but to feel strong, capable, and youthful. Section 4. The transformative power and final takeaway. Building muscle after 40 isn't about vanity, it's about freedom. Freedom to play with your kids or grandkids without getting winded. Freedom to travel and explore without worrying about falls or fatigue. Freedom from medications and doctor visits that come with frailty. The science is clear and empowering. Your muscles are your best defense against aging. Start today with simple, consistent actions. Take one workout this week. Add protein to your next meal. Your future self will thank you. If this video helped you understand why muscle matters and how to build it, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone over 40 who needs to hear this. Drop a comment. What's your biggest takeaway or biggest struggle with training after 40? I read every one. For more science-based fitness decoded, check out the links in the description, including key studies and a simple starter workout plan. Stay strong, stay consistent, and remember, your best years can still be ahead. See you in the next video.